Hello everyone, welcome to Cloud Synapses Academy. In this session, we are going to discuss about AWS RDS. RDS is a relational database service available in AWS. As a database engineer, we face a lot of issues on backups and patching, but it can be easily achieved by RDS. And RDS can support multiple database engines like MySQL, Postgres, Oracle, MS SQL, and MariaDB. And AWS RDS can also provide automated backups, multi-availability zone deployment, and read replica on the different subnets, and improve database availability and durability. RDS can give a better performance and reduce the cost of the servers. In this diagram, I have explained how we can create a master slave concept like primary, secondary, or other words in AWS term we can say writer and reader. So writer will be directly pointed with the application servers, and the replica will be in another availability zone or in a different region. So basically we keep databases in a private subnets, and we have to create a subnet group to place these RDS instances. So let me quickly tell the features of RDS. It is easy to deploy. So we can configure few steps and we can deploy a database, and it will support multiple database engine like Postgres, Oracle, and MySQL, MariaDB, and all. And the backups can be taken automatically, and we can deploy multi-availability zone deployment so that our application will have the high availability and durability. And then we can have a read replica in different regions as well, and scalability can be done dynamically, and monitoring from CloudWatch, and we can get the alert for high memory usage and other database management issues. Without wasting any time, let me get into demo. Yes, I have logged into my AWS console. Let me search RDS and then choose it from here. So this is my RDS console, and first I have to create a subnet group. So I have to mention that in which subnet my RDS instance needs to be placed. Since I am going to deploy a multi-availability zone RDS instance, I have to give at least two subnets from different availability zones. So create DB group, and let me give the name demo SG, and then description also same, giving like that. So I have to choose my VPC. This is my VPC, and I have to give at least two different availability zone. I'm giving 1A and 1B, and on those two I have many subnets. I'm going to choose, this is my private on 1A and this is private on 1B. So I have two subnets now, and let me create. So now we have created a subnet group. Now we are good to create a database. I'm going to create database, hit this one, create database. And then are we going to choose a standard create or easy create? So easy create will have only a couple of steps, but I'm going to use standard create for a detailed selection. And I'm going to, in this example, I'm going to use Aurora MySQL compatibility, and these are the engine which RDS will support, like Aurora Postgres compatible, MySQL, MariaDB, Postgres, Oracle, and Microsoft SQL. And then we can choose the versions of the engines, but I'm gonna choose the default one, which is the latest Aurora MySQL one. So here there are plenty of versions available, but I'm gonna use 5.7 only. And then this is template, which this server is for production or dev test. So production is more fast and better performance, but cost wise also it is bit high. but dev test it has a less speed and less cost. At the same time, we can use it for a testing purpose. And then cluster name, we can mention if we have any other name, but I'm gonna leave it as it is. And then our master DB's username, I'm leaving it admin, but I'm gonna change the master password. Okay, and then there are two classes available, memory optimized and burstable classes. Actually, in production or real time, we use memory optimized for databases. So memory optimized or R series or RSG.2x large, like that. Okay, so there are many types available. So basically we use in our environment R5 large or R5x large and all we do use for a very small servers, and then burstable classes we can use it for a testing purpose. They are if we wanted to choose a 2 GB with a very less network, I can choose T3 small. So in this example I am going to use a T3 small, which is going to cost me very less. And then are we going to create a replica? So if we select this one, it will automatically do the multi availability zone deployment. Or if we don't want any multi deployment, we can just select don't create Aurora replica. So for this I am going to show you how we can create a multi availability zone deployment. And then connectivity. So to connect with this RDS, do we require a EC2 instance, or do we need are we asking Amazon to create a EC2 instance, or we can create our own? So I'm going to create my own, so I'm not going to select this option. Otherwise it will create a EC2 instance. If you select this, it will create a EC2 instance to connect the RDS, but I'm not going to do that because I'm gonna create manually. And we are going to use only IPv4. If you want to use IPv6 as well, we can choose the dual stack mode. And then which VPC we are going to use, I'm going to choose my one. And then our subnet group has came already because we have created earlier, right? So we can choose that. And whether we're gonna use this DB connecting from outside, or we're gonna connect it from inside. So anyway, I'm gonna connect it from inside, but still I'm gonna choose a public access for now. It's not a no big deal. If we allow the access, then we can access from anywhere. And then firewall settings. So we need a security group with MySQL Aurora. So if you have already any previous security group, we can choose that. So let me check. I hope my web server security group has MySQL port open. Let me check it anyway. That's all. And we're gonna use only password authentication method. And then if you need any monitoring, we can add it. If you want enhanced monitoring, even we can monitor for a second, we can select that option, but I don't want that one. I'm leaving it as it is. And let's go with the additional configuration. So if for a replica, if you need to give any name, we can give. Otherwise I'm gonna leave it like demo. And the same parameter group came because the rest of all the versions will come MySQL 5.7. And then failover priority, just leave it no preference, that would be fine. And backup, if you are going to do everyday backup, then we can choose 1, or if you wanted to go with a weekly backup, we can choose 7, or monthly we can do it 30. And copy of snapshots, no, I don't require anything, just leave it as it is. And then if you need to enable encryption, we can enable it. I'm leaving it as it is. And then these are all important. So we can have a audit log, error log, general log, and slow query log.
Audit log can give the details of like our DB size and how like every day it keeps increasing, and like the forecasting of the database. And error log is obviously like the database errors, we can find it here. And general logs, every single activity can be captured as a general log. And slow query log is really important because like we can easily find which query is taking so long, so that we can create a cache in mem cache or redis cache. We can create this kind of slow query log and we can place it, so that next time the same query we can we can get the query faster. And then maintenance, so like every minor updates and all can be done automatically. And then maintenance window, we can choose certain day to do the maintenance. So like I normally choose like Sunday midnight, so that like nobody will be like using our database, so that time we can give for a maintenance. That's all. Delete production, if you select this, we cannot delete the database, so it will protect our database by deleting accidentally. That's all. Everything is fine. Just review it once again, and then we can create database. So our database is being created, so it will be ready in another couple of minutes. Okay, so this is our cluster, and we have two instances, one on, as I said, is 1A and another one in 1B. So basically this one is gonna be a writer instance and this is gonna be a reader instance, because still it's creating, it is both are in a reader mode, and after some time it will become a writer mode. So meanwhile, let me quickly create a EC2 instance to connect the RDS. Let me go to EC2 and then launch instance. I'm gonna give a name a web server. Okay, just a second, it's refreshing. Web server, and then OS image, I'm gonna use a Ubuntu for this. And then T2 micro is fine, and I have the key. Okay, let me choose my VPC. So this is my VPC, and I'm gonna give any of my public subnet to create a web server. And then existing security group, and I'm gonna use my web server security group. And remember, we have to check our web server security group has MySQL port open. Okay, so that's everything. Let me create an instance. Yes, I have created an instance. Let me quickly go to instance and check the security group. Security, and then security group. So inbound rule, let me check my inbound rule. So this is the port which I set. So if we have a MySQL Aurora port open, then we can access it. So I have selected this MySQL Aurora, and the default port range is 3306 for MySQL, and I left it as 10.0.0.0. Otherwise we can give our public like in our VPC range. That's all. Save rules. Yes, everything is fine. Let me go back to EC2 instance first. Okay, let me connect it. Connect. So my instance is ready. And then let me update the server. doing upgrade as well. Still upgrading. Let me install MySQL client. I have to install MySQL client. So I have installed MySQL as well. Let me go back to RDS whether it is ready or not. Let me refresh. So yeah, now it become writer. Let me quickly check whether the endpoint is ready, because we are going to connect our RDS instance using the endpoint. So still this endpoint is not ready. I'm gonna wait for couple of more minutes. So to connect our SQL RDS instance, we can use this command mysql, and then host name is our endpoint, and then username and password. Let me refresh this so that I can get the endpoint. Yes, I have received my endpoint. Let me copy this and then I'm gonna paste it here. So mysql -h and endpoint, username admin, and then port number is 3306, and then password. I'm gonna insert the password. Okay, let me paste this. Let me type the password. Okay, yes, I can connect it with my RDS instance. So show databases. So I have the default databases available, and I have created a demo, right? So which is also available, and I can create one more if you want. So create database student. Okay, so now let me show databases. So now I have another database called student. Okay, so that's how we can create it. So I will show you our secondary DB. So this is here I can create a DBs and tables and all, right? But in my reader RDS, I cannot create anything. I can only view the things. So let me go there. So still the endpoint is not ready. So I think we have to wait another couple of more minutes to get this endpoint. Yes, finally I have our reader instance got the endpoint now. Now we can copy this and we can connect the instance. Okay, let me replace this. Okay, let me copy this and I'm gonna paste it in the EC2 instance. Let me exit from this. Okay, so previously I have connected with the writer node. Now I'm gonna connect with reader node. So let me quickly show databases. So using writer database, I can view all the database, but if I try to do something, I cannot do it, because since it is a reader node, I can't do it. So let me use student database. Okay, if I try to create something, create table student and roll number and then name vector 255. Yeah, so since it is a read only option, I cannot create the table. Okay, so let me exit from here. So that's what I wanted to show you today. So reader node, like we cannot create any table. Okay, let me go back to my master table, master DB. This is my master DB. Let me connect with this and I will create the same table which I can create it. Okay, let me go back to EC2 instance, connect it, AWS, okay, so same command I'm gonna show you. Use student and then let me copy this. Where is that command? So which is here, create table student, sorry, create table number and then name so now I can create a table in writer node. So that's what I wanted to show you today. That's everything. Let me delete the database as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete the writer. If I delete the writer, this node become a writer node. That's what I wanted to show you quickly. Go delete me. Okay, so now this is this writer instance is deleting. So now this reader instance will become a writer instance. Okay, let me quickly refresh this. And I will show you. Okay, so this one will take little time, but still we can access this row node to connect it. Let me quickly exit from here. Okay, I'm gonna connect the reader node. So this is the reader node, right? But now it will become a writer. Okay, use Okay, if I try to create another table, so now this reader node become a writer node. Let me quickly show you by the time it might have created. So yeah, so now this one is deleted and this one become a writer instance. So that's how we can have a multi availability zone deployment. So thanks for watching the video. Bye for now.